Shannon, can you open us up a prayer?
Dear Father, we come to this evening to say thank you. I hope this lesson hit people in their heart as well as their mind. Do you know what I'm praying?
Amen. Amen. Our lesson today, what we're dealing with, is thriving in the midst of a cultural storm. Thriving in the midst of a cultural storm. Now I'm going to say this for those that are watching and those that are even here. This is going to be a tough subject because oftentimes we don't want to admit where we are in life. And it's amazing that this is the text that we're dealing with because God has had me in Ezekiel 8. And one of the things that we have to realize is that God, people believe that just because things are going well, that God is the reason it's going well. Okay? And people think that just because things are happening and things are allowed, that God is the reason and God is saying it's okay. God has said on many occasions that I will turn you over, the children of Israel, I will turn you over to a godless nation. I will turn you over to a nation that don't even know my name. Okay, that means that there's a time that when we get so far out of the way that God will literally sit around and sit back and say, you know what? That's what you want to do? I'm going to let you do you. But as a matter of fact, when you do you, I'm going to let you do it under somebody else and you're going to think it's okay. You're going to be, matter of fact, the leader that you have is going to go ahead and is going to co-sign on all the foolishness that you're doing. The government that I'm going to put you in is going to not even know me. They're not even going to respect me. They're going to allow you and make laws to go ahead and make allowances for the things that you're doing. That is a nation that does not know God. And and I can't help but look at that, we find ourselves in the midst of that right now. We find ourselves in a situation in society where it is wrong to be a believer of God. It is wrong to keep the tenets of the Bible. It's insensitive for you to hold the commandments of God. We find ourselves in a situation where the world is saying, if you don't do this, then how can you say you love? If you don't co-sign on this, how can you say you love? And then on the other side, we're in a nation that says, I don't want to deal with anything that you do because it's wrong. So I won't even deal with you. I won't love you. I won't embrace you. I'm just going to condemn you. Do you see the two polarities that we have here? And both of them are doing in the name of God. And God is saying, but you know what? I don't even know y'all. I don't know you. And I'm going to turn you over. As you read the Bible, I don't know, some of you are kind of younger than I am. I know I'm a little bit older, got gray hair and everything. But I could never phantom in my younger years a time when saying Christ and God would be illegal. I never fancied a time when dealing with what is righteous would be shunned. I never fancied a time when I couldn't pray. I thought that was ludicrous. I never could fathom a time when it says that there will be times when you will be persecuted for just saying the name of God. I was like, that can't happen. But we live in that time. But this is not the first time. This is not the first time. So we pick up today on the first time. God got fed up. You ever heard? So I'm just saying, I'm fed up. I'm done. I'm through. In Genesis chapter 6, the question of today is, how shall I live in today's culture? The point, as a believer, I can't allow the culture, here it is, I can't allow the culture to dictate how I live. I can't allow the culture to dictate how I live. And it's easy. In Genesis 6:5-9, it reads, "When the Lord saw that human wickedness was widespread on the earth, and that every inclination of the human mind was nothing but evil all the time, the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and he was deeply grieved. Then the Lord said, I will wipe mankind, whom I created, off the face of the earth, to gather with animals, creatures that crawl, and birds of the sky, for I regret that I made them. Noah, however, found favor with the Lord." These are the family records of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the contemporaries of his contemporaries. Noah walked with God. Genesis 7:1 says, "Then the Lord said unto Noah, Enter the ark and your household, for I have seen that you alone are righteous before me in this generation." Then verse 13, "On that same day Noah, along with his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's wife and his 3 sons' wives, entered the ark with them. They entered it with all the wildlife according to all to their kinds. All livestock entered into their kinds, and the creatures that crawl on the earth according to their kinds. Every flying creature, all the birds, and every winged creature according to their kinds. 2 of every creature that has breath of life in it came to Noah's and entered the ark. Those that entered, male and female of every creature, entered just as God had commanded them. Then the Lord shut them in." Now what we're going to be dealing with is, but why, God? Why? Why did God want to wipe off the face of the earth?
He wasn't satisfied with his creation.
Well, but why wasn't he satisfied?
It felt like,
Okay, what was it? Tell me what wickedness
Okay.
is.
because they kept doing wrong.
What's wrong? See,
Here's
here's the
to
thing.
go into detail.
Yeah, we gotta go into detail
Okay.
because here's the problem. We don't know what wrong is. See, wrong can be a relative word in the lifestyles of individuals. This Friday I'm doing a thing called Cocktails and Conversations. And already I got some people that are upset with me because of the title, Cocktails and Conversations. They're like, "Pastor, cocktails? Well, you missed the conversation part." No.
That's up to you, what you want to drink on.
You missed the conversation. Cocktail. Now we all know cocktails alludes to alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, maybe I should get the truth out. So people won't be sitting around lying.
Well, I'm gonna go. I need you. I really need you to come. This Friday night.
Where?
Down at the Butler Street YMCA downtown.
Oh, that's for real?
That's what
What time?
Oh.
I sent you. As a matter of fact, you got an invite on Facebook.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna look at it.
I made sure I put you in.
So is this
I made to put
me or y'all?
No.
Oh, okay.
You gonna ask me that?
I'm just saying that I need to do my own cocktail. I didn't know.
No. But
Hey,
okay.
at least she asking for
We are live. Just want y'all to know that.
Well, hey.
They might be thinking the same thing I'm thinking. We got some people that don't go to church, so you need to clarify.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people.
Do not bring your
We
own.
have 4 panels on this. Four panelists. Myself. We have a young lady who's a marketing director who's single. Her name is Victoria. Another young lady who is a single mom. Her name is Risha. And then a young man named Kalibo, who's a comedian. Okay. And then we'll probably be having one of the hosts is going to be Katie Bo. And we're going to be having real talk, a real conversation about relationships, marriages, dating in this culture, what it looks like, expectations, yeah, it's going to be, if y'all, I mean, I've been posting a lot of things about certain conversations, but here's the thing that I posted. I asked a question, and this is going to tell you society where we are. I said, a husband and a wife, does a husband and a wife should a husband and wife have the choice of having an abortion if they're pregnant from each other or their own child? And I said that because I don't want to be, well, what if she was raped? No. I'm saying, but
Not
together, a husband and wife have a baby, get pregnant. Should they have the option of abortion?
Yep.
I got no. I got Dirty Red. What's your answer? I don't want to call your name, but what do you say? You don't have a choice. What do you say?
Well, yeah.
They should have the option.
I mean, why can't they?
I say it.
You say yeah.
Yeah, they can have that choice.
I got one person that said no. Anybody else? Raise it. You say no. We got 2 no's, 1 I don't know, and everybody else say yes. Abortion is a sin. Y'all do know that, right?
Yeah. Well, see,
I mean,
first
but
of all,
all
I
sins
was
are
being
choices.
real.
Huh?
I was being real.
No, but,
you was talking about from thinking about like,
But all sins are
biblically
choices.
wise, then when you say no, but in reality, I just said yes because.
No, here's the thing. This is what it means by the culture change. We are making concessions for culture and forgetting about law of God.
But I'm just saying, all sins are choices.
Exactly.
Not just the fact that they're having
But here's the
abortion.
thing. Here's the thing. Should we make concessions and allow the choices to be legalized?
Yes.
Why?
I'm just saying,
But
that's
you
their
said
choice.
should
Okay, so but add in.
I mean,
that
you talking about as far as the people that perform abortions?
No, what I'm saying is, it goes back to should abortions be legal or illegal?
They should be legal.
Why?
That's my choice. Or our choice.
Okay, you do know that's murder though, right?
I do a whole bunch of choices that's wrong. Just let me do me and worry about
So
you.
why should we legalize what's wrong?
But why we gonna put these folks out of business? This how these folks get paid. Okay, let these folks make their money. If these
They
people
make
wanna
their
have
money.
these abortions, let them do what they
The
want to
clinic, because
do.
they make more money than just that. There's other things you can do than killing people.
I'm just saying too.
So once again, this is why we had a discussion. Thank
These
you.
folks
So,
make their own sinning choices.
but should we allow and give the green light to sin?
That's not for you to answer.
You said.
That's not you make your choice. That's not for you to
They were
say.
married and they're not together.
No, they're married. They're married. When you're married, your job, you're gonna have a baby.
Exactly. That's
But
So
some
why-
people don't feel in the position to
Okay,
maybe
let me say
financially
this.
support.
Well, you
know
should have
how
thought
much
about that.
childcare
What
is?
position you was in.
I know.
You laying down.
God make a way. Where's your faith?
Well,
An abortion clinic. He made a way for them to pay for it.
There's adoption.
We're not giving away no children. No.
Oh, you'll kill a child, but you won't give away a child.
She probably don't even want to be pregnant. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, why you having sex?
Exactly.
Because they married. Exactly. She should really just got her plan B. That's really what she
Why
should
does
do.
anybody do anything and they go?
And there we go. And this is where we are. And God is looking down and saying, what in the world are y'all doing? You're living a hedonism lifestyle. You're literally just saying, oh, that's what I feel like doing. He's like, no, it's not okay. It's not okay. You know what? Excuse everybody who's watching this. If you're watching this and recording, I gotta say this.
No, it ain't no
If you
okay.
see a male dog humping another male dog, what do you say?
What are you doing?
Just gave him a dollar.
That's not.
That's what
Yeah, but nobody accepts that, would you? You're like, what are you doing? That's a boy, Damon. Am I right?
You right?
Okay then. A dog get on humping your leg, what you gonna do?
Kick him out.
Why? Because it's not okay, is it? Okay. So why are you? Here's the thing. We have a universal understanding on that. But when it comes to us, we want to make concessions. Oh, it's okay for us to do.
No, not us.
No, I don't
You to
think-
make your
yeah,
choice.
I'm about to say, I
I'm
don't-
gonna make my choice.
But it's okay. But you ain't crazy for that dog to do it. You telling that dog to get off.
I mean, I
To be
can
honest,
do
who
all right.
cares if the dog right? Who cares if the dog is screwing
humping
another boy dog?
But we stop it though. But we stop it.
Not
Why
every
didn't they just record it and laugh first?
Right, because it's foolishness.
Yeah, look at these.
Matter of fact, watch this. How many people do you know that have dogs and cats, and they have children, and they say, I gotta separate them so the mother doesn't kill some of the kids, some of the babies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the dogs and the cats.
That's gonna happen regardless.
No, but you try to prevent it, but yet we don't want to
Try
prevent from
it,
killing
it's still
humans.
gonna happen.
What? Wait.
We
What?
try to prevent it, but at the same time we don't want to prevent killing humans.
What you mean?
Maybe that's
Abortion.
music. That's what
But
they
why are we
do.
bringing out one thing? Like, why are we printing out that specific thing in any other topic?
Why are we done with abortion over any other topic?
Yeah.
Because that's one we're Christians and church
It don't
folk.
make it. It's not okay.
I think we
What's
just
not-
better
But at the
just
end of
go
the day, we
with
still
the
have our own
abstinence, and
choices
then we
that
won't
we
even have to
make.
address the abortion.
You know what?
part.
I believe with
And that's
abstinence.
what really
But
we
guess
gonna have
what?
to start
But the
at.
real
Because
talk,
abortion-
abstinence. Matter of fact, abstinence is harder than that. You don't want to deal with the abstinence part. We can talk abstinence from the
Well, how about we
pulpit
gonna talk
all day long,
protection?
but I promise you, 98% of the folk in the church ain't abstinent.
Oh yeah, I promise. I'm pretty
From
sure.
the pulpit down.
No, they not.
Well, we're gonna talk protection and
Oh, now we're talking protection.
birth control. We talking prevention.
Now we're talking prevention. So when we go talk prevention, we're gonna teach from the
Another sinner's
pulpit.
choice.
You want us to teach from the pulpit. Hey, we know having sex is a sin, premarital sex is a sin, but when you do it, we want you to wrap it up.
Like I said, the sinner's choice.
You say that?
One
That's
man's
what
choice.
Can I ask you
Is
something?
that
What is the specific point that you're trying to make?
How we have allowed sin to be okay.
By making the choices that we make?
By
We're
making
because we're
concessions
wicked.
for it. By
We're
making
wicked.
concessions for it. Instead of saying don't have sex, we made condoms so that we can have sex and just not get pregnant. Instead of saying
Also,
don't
it's
have
not just
babies,
saying
we
don't do it
came
at
up with
all.
abortion. So if you do get pregnant, now you can just get rid
But
of
we
it
had
and
a
still have
problem
to
back
live
in
with
the
it.
day with
And this is why he's destroying the world. But we don't see it that they had to be bad back then for him to want. No, we're worse now.
Pastor Ward,
Yes.
no?
just like how you saying.
Nah.
Yeah. No.
You saying no?
I mean, it's equal. It's equal.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
that-
not bad. It's just different.
What now? At least watch this. At least back then, watch this. Matter of fact,
Jesus died for us.
right. Okay, he died for our sins. He's a propitiation. But we gotta accept him. And we can't ride off
Okay,
the
keep
person
giving
if
it.
it's great. Yeah, like,
I've
oh,
been
bitch.
tired after
Why?
that.
You making it seem like, I mean.
But I
Yeah.
feel like people might look at that as a bad thing, but I feel like that's just human nature. Just like with a regular person.
What's human
somebody-
nature?
If she say he died for our sins, so it's kind of like, yeah, we can't really ride over it. But at the same time, people do that in regular life. If you see that somebody is too nice, something like that, you gonna ride over. You gonna keep that person gonna keep doing stuff to them because they know that they're nice and they not really gonna, nothing really gonna happen because they know.
But something really, really will.
But
happen.
watch this. hold on. He died for the sins of those that accepted him and want to live according to him. Do you understand that? He died for the sins of those that accepted him and want to live according to his ways. Not just for the, because there will be people that he says, I knew you not. Depart from me, I knew you not. But Lord, didn't I heal? Didn't I talk people in your name? Didn't I lay hands? He said, yeah, depart from me before you work with iniquity. I knew you not. I don't know who
That's a
you are.
war.
Yes, sir.
If you know how you say like how they were like wicked back then and stuff, and you say that we probably worse now.
Yes.
So, and you know how he kind of like looked at them and he destroyed them and things like that. Do you think that he would do something worse this time, or do you think he hated us more because of it?
Here's what has happened. He destroyed then. Then he began to deal with cities, because he dealt with Lot. Okay? And then he began to, what he said is, you know what? After the flood, he said, I ain't gonna do this no more. I ain't gonna destroy man no more. But what he began to do with his children, the children of Israel, they were in slavery, out of slavery, in slavery, out of slavery, in slavery, out of slavery. Then again, he began to put them under rulers of God that did not know him. And it was hell, literally.
To show them an example why.
To let them know, since you don't want to live my way,
And I'm gonna show you.
I'm gonna let you live how you live and see where they go. Get it how you get it.
Yeah. I call it just breaking us down and humbling us to a point to.
And that's why he says, if my people, which are called by my name, would seek my face, humble themselves, repent, turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and heal their land. But first you gotta what? Repent, humble, seek his face, turn from your wicked ways. But we're not trying to turn from our wicked ways. Just right now alone, 10 minutes ago, we talked about this. Ain't nobody turning from their wicked ways. Abortion.
Oh,
We
you
wanna
said
make
ain't nobody
concession.
turn from their wicked
Ain't
ways.
we don't want to say it's wrong.
I said it was wrong.
But we want to make concessions for it. I give you another thing. Doing drugs.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? We want to legalize drugs.
Well, first we have to define drugs. Like
So
what
we're
you know
talking
what I'm
about
saying? Because we
pill
got like now we have pharmaceuticals
No,
that
right,
are, you know, and
Look,
they
I'm
worse
doing the
than
whole
anything
thing.
you smoking
I'm doing the
out.
whole thing. I'm dealing with
And then we talk about stuff
opioids.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with cocaine. I'm
talking
dealing with
marijuana,
meth.
like-
I'm dealing with weed. I'm dealing with alcohol. I'm dealing with everything that we use as a coping mechanism instead of God. End of story.
So you can't have
In-
egg drink.
I got you.
As a coping mechanism.
I just call that's anything that we want to
as a coping mechanism to alter your state of being, to relax you, to unwind, to make it okay, to make you tolerable, so I don't have to cuss you out. Whatever you're doing to make that happen outside of God, you are using that and abusing that.
That's a problem.
And here's the thing, it's not popular to preach in church anymore. It's not popular to teach because of the fact that people are doing it and they get mad. It's time out. I don't care if you get mad.
Exactly.
I still love you. But if I don't teach it, I'm held accountable. And I ain't going to hell for y'all.
That would go for you.
I love you, but I ain't going to hell.
I can't go for you either. So I'm glad you know that.
We good then.
Right,
We good. We good. I ain't even mad. I don't want you to. But I would like for you to stop me. If you see the help me.
Yeah, help me keep up doing something.
Help me. That's all I'm saying. You see sin beat me up, help me.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
And I understand none of us are perfect. And I understand that there's sins that we struggle with daily. And I understand that there's some sins we ain't focusing on because we got other sins we really trying to get rid of. I get that. But at least stop trying to make it okay. Realize, you know what? Hey, Pastor, I know I shouldn't be fornicating. I'm struggling with it. I know it ain't okay. You know what I'm saying? But pray for me. Pray for me. Okay. Don't say, well, Pastor, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm just brother.
First of all, we ain't gonna tell you. Keep that to myself. If I be volunteering this information.
You would be surprised.
Okay, then no, pray for myself.
Oh, but hold on. If you can't tell me, then evidently you have shame with it.
I don't need to tell you. You can't fix it.
I-
If you saying anything more than what he can do, you can't do it.
But I can help you to hold you. I can help you.
He got it.
I am your brother's keeper.
He got
I
it.
am my brother's keeper. I am
But
my
if
brother.
I'm fornicating, I got this.
You know what? No, you don't. Evidently you don't. Evidently you don't. Evidently, because see, watch this. If you invite me in, God will say, hey, call in Tika right about now. It's about 10:30. Call her right now because she doesn't.
Oh yeah, you got somebody to help you.
Hey, Tika, what's up, girl?
My accountability partner.
Yeah.
What you doing? It's
What's
like
up?
that now.
How
What
are
you
you?
doing?
What's up? What's up? Jesus. Won't he do it?
Did I text him? Don't come over. Just
Hey, everybody, baby, you gotta go.
Yeah,
You gotta
they
go. That's all I'm saying. But believe it or not, it works.
It do work.
It works. I've had accountability partners in dealing with that. And you know what I'm saying? You know, like, oh man.
You get on your
It's like when you trying to lose weight. Like, don't eat it.
What you eating that for?
Yeah.
All right. See, my accountability partners be hard though. All right, fat boy. Really? Really? Okay.
Like, you don't even want to know. Just throw the whole snack away.
You know, I was in Dallas and when I go to Dallas, I have to have In-N-Out Burger.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta have In-N-Out Burger. Now, I prepped myself for it, and my boy, my brother was down there. He picked me up from the airport. He was like, "Listen, Doc, whatever you want, whatever you got, I got you." You know what I'm saying? He's one of my frat brothers. He's also one of he served with me in the military. He's like, "Whatever." I said, "I want Whataburger." He stopped coming. Now he's bucked. He's like. God Diesel, like, yeah, you know, when you give him a hug, you feel a brick wall and shit. That dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, dude, get off of me, that hurt, that hurt, you know? But I mean, the thing is, he was like, really, man? I was like, yeah. I said, I know, and here's how I try to hype it up. I said, I know it's 3,000 calories. I know it is, but I just want it, you know? And so he was like, really? He's like, nah, we're gonna go somewhere else. So he started driving. We went somewhere else and ate, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do know I did go In-N-Out Burger, right?
Of course, without it.
Without him.
Yeah. But of course, I did the same thing. I'd be like, oh, okay then.
But, watch this. Because I thought about it, I normally get animal style. You know, the animal style fries, the animal style burger. That's basically like 5,000 calories.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And get soda, oh yeah. I didn't get an animal style. I didn't get the double. I didn't get a double.
So you went with the slim.
I went with a slim. We just kept
With the speedy,
with the water. I didn't get the shake because they got some good shakes.
So it make it better.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they help.
I got regular fries. I didn't eat all the fries.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
And then the guy went with.
You still got it.
Now I did sin. I gotta repent. I did sin because I sinned through somebody else. I had the guy I went with. You'll see it, Jim. I had him get the burger with everything and watched him eat it. You know,
I
Like, yo, get the animal style, it's the best.
bro. Yeah. You know, you married folk. How y'all be doing with y'all single friends? Y'all be all up in there because you know you can't do it no more. What happened? Y'all want to live
Right.
vicariously through them. You know,
Yeah. Got some friends like that.
Something y'all win.
instead of stopping them and telling them not to do it. You know, I'm just saying. There's a balance. There's a balance that we have. We have to understand that. We have to know what God is saying, and we have to stop making concessions. And we do it every day. All of us do it every day. You know? And God is saying no. It's not good. It's not acceptable. So we find ourselves where God is saying, listen, I'm going to destroy you. You know? And the question is, what emotions does the scene in Genesis 6 arouse in you? How does the scene parallel our culture today? Well, we dealt with that. He says, think about a time when you were, and here's the thing. You can, this is how God felt. And it's going to get to what you were saying, Tyler. God said, I gave you everything. I gave you everything. And then you turn your back on me. I asked you not to do some stuff, and you do. Then you completely forget about it. It says, think about a time when you were generous to someone who later betrayed you in some small way. How might you relate to the type of sorrow God experienced? That's the thing. We want to say it ain't a big deal. Pastor ain't a big deal. But it's betraying God. How many people, raise your hand, that want to betray God? Okay. How many people don't want to betray God? Raise your hand. You don't want to betray God. So, why is it when we talk about things that betray Him, we make excuses for it? Flesh don't do it right. So the flesh is controlling you.
Sometimes. We ain't gonna lie, sometimes.
So you weak.
Sometimes.
So you ain't as big as you think you are.
No.
Yeah, maybe big as I think.
Now when I do it wrong, no. Ain't gonna tell that lie.
And that's the thing. But yet, watch this. We want to hold everybody else accountable and get mad when they do wrong towards us.
That's true. Well,
When they do wrong towards us.
but I
See, this is why when people start talking about how somebody did them, and I'm looking at them, but look at how you do God.
I always say that to boy. Didn't I just say that on Facebook?
I always say that to people.
Look at how you do God. You worried about how they betrayed you, but how did you betray God?
You doing the same. You ain't doing nothing different than what they do.
Matter of fact, God did more for you than you did for them.
Exactly.
And did you really do anything for them?
Nope.
I mean, that's the thing we look at. And we get mad about it. And we want to cuss folk out, and we want to get on the book and start, saying stuff and putting them on blast and everything. I'm like, really? What'd you say? Why I know, but why?
Put your stuff on there.
I'm just saying. We want to get petty.
Just some mutual relationships.
So being petty is wrong?
Being petty is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Lord.
Yes, being petty is wrong.
That's what I need to work on.
But you're supposed to be yourself. So
Okay.
Work on yourself and that being petty spaghetti. Petty rebellion.
Boo!
Girl, I'm full of them. I'm working on it. God is good.
I just want to make sure, because I didn't say being
The Lord
petty
is
was.
good.
Yeah, because it's a different kind of, that's taking on a whole nother intent of doing something.
Tell me this. Why be petty? What is pettiness?
Being slick.
Define.
Insulting
Hold on. Watch
people
this.
being
Watch this.
slick.
Define petty.
Trying to slick
Yeah.
yourself
Define
up.
petty.
Yeah.
I don't have no
You wanna say
definition.
something
Ain't nobody want to be
purposely.
petty.
Hold on. I want her to define petty. The two of you define petty. Because you're the two that define petty.
there's a lot of definitions.
Give me context.
Petty can be being spiteful, getting even.
Sarcastic.
Yeah, for no apparent.
Oh, that's the same. Those are synonymous.
But
What else?
My thing is, sometimes what it is.
How so? Explain.
If you have an agreement or a disagreement with something, or something is sitting heavy on your mind. and
Give me the,
you-
come on, give me, I need
you are
context.
direct and you are
I need
direct.
context. I need context.
Just like from sitting down.
Oh, he like an example. Example.
And I can be like, look, Shawty, you and Jack, you might need some help. They might be like, shoot, that girl petty, how you said that. Well, they-
No, see, hold on, watch this.
They need some help.
What petty, in that, you're really not unless you're doing it to,
Be spiteful.
Yeah.
right, it's the intent of your heart.
Yeah.
That's
But
what I
it
mean.
was-
I'm
it was
petty.
done-
My heart is always clear. So I'm not
Right.
petty. They just be calling me that.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. There's
Well, I'm not gonna
no-
lie.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
My heart don't be clear.
You better stop that.
First of all, sometimes hold on, just because your heart clear, don't mean it was right.
You
Look,
lying.
I mean, I'm petty. You said it, my heart was very clear and right.
No, just because your heart was clear doesn't mean it was right.
She lying to
Let me say that just because you felt your heart was clear doesn't mean it was right. And just and just because it's right, don't make it righteous.
Exactly.
I just read that.
But it can come from a righteous place.
I'll pull it up and I'll tell you. I read it.
I say it can come from a righteous place because you don't mean no harm. You just being direct.
If you was coming from a righteous place, it would be done out of love.
Right. You telling them.
So
Telling,
saying
hey, you a Jay and you need to get help. It's not out of love.
But if you know you got rid of
You
Definitely in front of other
Being a
people.
junkie.
You can't be
help.
petty out of love.
But you said, you know what? Hold on, watch this.
I got
Out of
a
love,
question.
yes.
You can't be petty out of love. I know you saw my hand up and me saying I got a question.
I was getting to you.
Oh.
So I shouldn't tell them that, Jay. I should be like, look, you a drug addict.
No.
Is that it?
Here's the thing.
No, I mean, this is like, what?
Yeah, go ahead.
They offended anyway I said.
You can't be petty out of love?
No.
Why?
That's kind of,
Because
that's an
being petty
oxymoron.
is insulting.
That's an oxymoron.
Is petty being insulting or
Yes.
is just the
I ain't never
person
said
being
nothing
in
petty
that
that was
feeling?
nice,
Because
but
you
I don't
really
believe
telling
it.
the truth.
Are you though?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
What?
Are you?
Yeah. I'm the only one that keeps saying yeah. How many times? Do you
Is
want
it a
me to keep saying
necessary
it?
truth?
Oh, thank you. Is it a, hold on. Is it a, hold on. Two questions. Watch this. Is it the necessary truth or is it your truth or is it the real truth?
It's the truth.
It's their truth.
It's the truth,
It's their
period.
truth.
It's their truth.
Nah, it's
It's
your own
whose truth?
truth.
No, it don't. It don't always have to
Let me
be
tell
your
y'all
own
something.
truth.
Any situation you go
You
through.
and Jay, Shawty, if you ain't paying your bills, you pissing on yourself at
But
night.
it's your
you ain't
truth.
maintaining. No,
It's
that's
your
the
truth.
reality.
That's your
That's
truth.
the reality.
Yeah.
They know they got a problem. They just need some help to push
They're
that
being
Jay.
nice.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I like this. Stop. Pause. Time out. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
How about if I'm petty with my sister that's in love? But
Uh-uh.
I'm just petty?
Watch this.
No.
Watch this. I'm gonna answer this. Hold up. Stop. Time out. We call ourselves believers, right? Christians, right?
Exactly.
Followers after Christ, right?
Right.
Now I remember Christ. You know what? There was this woman. Stop. Hear me out. There's a woman. She was a hoe. She was washing his feet with her hair. She made the money. She broke up a bottle of spikenard in an alabaster box. That was a whole year's worth of pay. Everybody looked at it and said, "Hey, we could have used it to sell it." But he didn't even look at it and say, "Hey, don't worry about it." You know what I'm saying? Hey, she a hoe anyway. She don't make the money back. He didn't say that, did he? No. There was a woman caught in the act of adultery. They brought Christ too. Hey, the law says for you to turn around and go ahead and stone her. He said, "He without sin cast the first stone." He turned to the woman when they left, said, "Hey, where are thy accusers?" And she said, "They're gone." He says, "Then I accuse you neither. Go and sin no more." Didn't call her a hoe, didn't call her a thought, didn't call her adulteress, didn't do nothing. But then there's another woman where he was go ahead, a Samaritan woman. That was at the well, and he was talking to her, and she was talking about, he's like, "I'm thirsty," and she was like, "Well, you have no cup," and she was like, "Yeah, but I do, but I'm gonna give you some. But I can tell you about a water that'll quench your thirst." He said, "You'll never thirst again." She was telling me about this, and then he began to tell her who it was. She was like, "But you shouldn't be talking to me because I'm a Samaritan woman." And he said, "Go get your husband." She said, "Well, I don't have a husband." He was like, "Yeah, you're right. The one you living with ain't yours because you done been with so many men." He understood that. But then after that, he began to tell her, and he said, "Go and tell people about me." But not once did he call her a thought. Not once did he call her a hoe. Not once did he call her a harlot. Not once did he call her a handmaid. Not once did he say anything to be petty to break her down and let her know who she was. He was saying, "Listen, I understand who you are. I love you, and I'm going to charge charge you with something to do. Now, you gonna tell me you calling somebody out their name, you calling somebody a J, you calling somebody what they are, think you gonna bring them out? That is not the spirit of love.
Thank God.
Embrace the sinner
That's why I'm trying to be
and then
Christ-like,
deal with the
not being
sin.
Christ. So my situation is not gonna be the same.
No, see, here's the thing. When you do, what? Hold, stop. Here's the thing. When you're doing it, it's gonna hurt you to do it, and you're gonna still do it out of love. Because the basic thing is, you're gonna bring it to their remembrance to let them come to it. Whenever you're dealing with somebody who's a drug addict, someone who's sinning, the thing is, you can't call that sin out like that. You gotta let, if you want them to come out of it, they gotta realize it themselves.
Oh,
So
so
then
that's
why so
the
many
same- so that's the same thing when you
Who
say
made
about-
you executioner to sit back to try to tell them who they are? Because I surely know you don't want nobody coming in calling you on the carpet in your mess.
Because it's my thing with time back always. My thing is that's the same thing you said. Well, that me pushing my stuff on you. That's you pushing your belief on somebody. When you say that abortion clinics was wrong, but you justifying. Then now I'm not justifying what I'm justifying.
What I said is, look, watch this. I will never go to someone in the midst of saying I want to have an abortion, and I sit back and tell them, you know what, you're going to hell. That's justified. What I will tell them is this: understand, God gave it to you. God gave you. God, do you believe in God? God alive. Do you believe that God will make a way? I'm going to let them come to their own conclusion. At the same time, I'm not going to sit and tell them, listen, leave here and go to the clinic. But at the same time, I will let them know what thus saith the word of God. That is the love, and I'm going to embrace them. And I'm not going to demonize them for it, but as long as we right here and I'm teaching, I'm going to tell you what's right and wrong. Now, if you want to talk to me outside one-on-one, where it's you, I'm not going to hit you as hard, because you need love. If you came to me that way, out there, you need love. You need compassion. You need that connection. Here is a time for teaching. You understand what I'm saying? Here, I can't sugarcoat it here, because if I'm indirect, people will take it any kind of way they want to and then run with it. So I got to be straight, unadulterated word of truth. No sugarcoating. No chaser, baby. Yes.
So how do you deal with it when you saying you have to do it without being judgmental, love them the way they are, because they have to want to change on their own,
Right.
without you pointing it out.
So why
However,
don't you implement in their life? So you just sit back and
I was gonna say, isn't that a
No.
hindrance?
No.
Because
No.
I can give you a perfect example. My father was a drug dealer for the past 20, I'm trying to tell you, about 20 years. It took my oldest child being born and me sitting there telling him, these are my boundaries. If you want a relationship with me and your granddaughter, this is what you have to do. You don't gotta do it for me. You gotta wanna do it for yourself. You gotta get your life together. I
Okay,
still love you.
but watch this, and I agree with you, but it also comes to, do you just sit back and say, you're a drug dealer, you're killing people, you ain't doing no good, or do you say, listen, I love you, Daddy, I want you in my life, I want you in my kids' life, but right now, the way you're living your life, I can't allow you in that, because not only that, it's jeopardizing, not only your lifestyle jeopardizes you, but it jeopardizes me and mine.
Right, but it goes back to being judgmental.
No, that's not
Petty,
judgmental.
right?
No, that's not petty. Pettiness is when you're trying to really call somebody out on something to belittle them and make them feel bad to make you feel good.
No, I'm not.
You said spiteful. The first thing you said, spiteful, vengeance.
Depending on the context.
Right,
of the
and I said it. No, there is no context of pettiness.
You could be direct, indirect.
No, there is no context of pettiness. Pettiness is immature. Bottom line.
Okay.
Now, pettiness does not mean truth. Pettiness is done with the intent to cause harm, infliction of emotional change in someone, to uplift you or demoralize someone else. What? You look at the definition of petty?
No, I'm looking at the definition of petty. I said I don't agree with that definition.
Look it up.
I'm looking for the definition of it.
Look it up.
I look it up all day. This was actually the lesson in my Bible today. No, literally. It was. I was just reading. Let me
Right
stop
on
getting
top.
on. Let me stop getting on.
Watch this. Petty would have been me saying something about that.
See, I already knew the definition of petty. I was in the group.
You see, pettiness would have been that comment you just said. That could have been considered petty still. See?
What was that?
It's the same thing.
What does it say?
Undue concern with trivial matters, especially of a small-minded or spiteful nature.
So small, minor.
Right.
So tell me, what is good in petty then? Tell me the goodness in petty.
Nothing. It make you feel good temporarily to laugh at that person.
I thought you asked your question.
I'm gonna be quiet from now on.
I thought you asked your question.
Let me tell you, at the end of the day, they ain't learned nothing about pettiness. They
But-
all gonna go back and be
But
petty.
here's the thing, I mean, there's nothing good about being petty. It's not positive. That's all I'm saying. So we have to get to it.
Lack of importance of robbery.
But and watch this, and it goes back to the very thing I just said, how we want to justify the things of culture today to make it okay. Because it's comfortable for us. It's comfortable. Being petty is comfortable. It feels good because it feels like you got one up on somebody. It makes you feel like you're above them. Talking about somebody, I got them straight. I told them all this. You making you. Let me tell you something. You tripping. You petty.
If you what?
I mean, trying to demoralize somebody to uplift you. If I got to talk about you to make me shine,
Oh Lord, you got a lot of that in it.
I'm already. You know what?
Little light of mine.
I mean, I get it. I get it all the time. I get people that try to demoralize me or whatever, and to be honest with you, because of how society is, there are a lot of things I have to ask God to give me the strength to do, because I know once I do it, there are people that throw targets at me. At the convention, I had one of my pastors who changed the church, and we're sitting here talking and stuff, and he asked me a question. He says, dude, how much hate mail do you get, and how many death threats do you get? I said, I've only had 3 death threats. That's it. He says, I got 15 death threats this week. He says, as of the day, he showed me, I got 30 hate mail letters. I said, I average maybe 3 hate mails a month. That's it. And it depends on what I do. You know, certain things I may say and do, my hate mail comes up. But you know what? I get it so much, I'm talking to you, I get it so much to the point that I don't even pay attention to it anymore. It used to bother me. But here's the thing. People hate things when it comes down to making them look at themselves.
Amen.
That's true.
Amen.
You know? So I can't engage in that. You know? I want to engage in it. But I can't let it control me and be like, oh man, if I say this and I do this, people are gonna get mad, and I wouldn't say nothing.
You should code everything. Can't do that.
It won't help you. It won't help you. This conversation we're having tonight is uncomfortable for everyone in here. Because it's true.
You didn't know what you talking.
Huh?
I said from the beginning of what you
Exactly. Because it's true. Every one of us, including me, it's uncomfortable because guess what? All of us sin.
Yeah.
Every single person in here. Okay? You want to, I don't sin, Pastor, I just fall short. Okay, whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It is working.
I'm not going to be petty and argue with you about that. You know what I'm saying? You want to call it falling short? Okay. You feel short? Okay. I'm a sinner saved by grace. Okay, all right. Now, here's my thing. But you do realize you things you do. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say that. I can't say it's going to run out. Here, literally, I can't. Honestly, I cannot say it's going to run out. Because, see, there's some people that sin a whole lot longer than other folk.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't, because what I might think it might be running out at that line up there, God might like, no, I got something special if I'm good with him. Now, some folk, they can't sin past here. You know? Some folk can't sin past here. But, I mean, I'm just saying, it all depends on what God got for you. Because, see, if you sin past here, you're going to take everybody with you. And God's like, I love them so much, I can't even do it to you. So every time you get to this point, he keep knocking you back. You get to this point, he keep knocking you back. And you look up at everybody else get to keep doing it. Yeah, I got something different from them. It's okay. Yeah, anybody ran into this situation? Y'all?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
You trying to figure out how, Sway?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, where?
You do one thing, you like, I believe this.
It was one blunt.
This nigga been crazy 10 years. Like, how?
I ain't never smoked a blunt. You ain't never drug tested me. I ain't never smoked a blunt. Today you want to drug test me?
Because he's like, I ain't
Really?
playing with you.
Really, God?
That's funny.
I'm just saying, but is that not how it works?
Yeah.
I go through that.
That's exactly how it be.
You know, so I get it. But God is saying, because I got to hold you to a different level. But here's the thing. Where you think that they got all this grace up here, God is dealing with them on something else. And they saying the same thing you saying. Really good? You know what I'm saying? Really? I mean, I done moved all these keys, and now you want to stop me? Just because the fuck I had a quake, I had some oxycodone in my pocket. See, that's still to make you mad.
Right, like, but I didn't get caught with the 50 keys, but I got caught with a bag of weed. What? Who does that?
Exactly. real, but I'm saying it's a real conversation. It's a real conversation. But then the flip side, the guy who get caught with a bag of weed look like, but he moving keys. He moving keys. I'm selling weed. Ain't nobody dying from my weed. Ain't nobody dying from my weed.
Yeah, a lot of people be saying that.
Matter of fact, God, I'm just smoking. I ain't even heard nobody. He's selling it. Why he getting good, feeling good? I mean, all these, and I know people are saying, why you keep dealing with drugs? Because of the fact that, to be honest with you, most people own drugs. Y'all don't want to believe what you are.
Man, what? But they are.
Most people, I mean, whether it's alcohol, whatever it is. I mean, especially my generation now, I know so many people, my friends, that just literally, they drink all the time. They afternoon, they drink. They don't even see it. It's so common. Look, y'all think liquor stores are just in the black community. Liquor stores everywhere. Everybody drinking. I do part-time Uber, so everybody drinking. How you go to the club, go to the bar drunk?
So is it a sin to own a liquor store?
Huh?
Is it a sin to own a liquor store?
You know what? Okay.
'Cause
I have a friend that owns a liquor store. I used to work I was managing a liquor store. And here's the thing. Yes.
Is it because it's anything, because you partaking in something?
Or is it the excuse? Are we making the excuse there? Like what?
Because we know what we're doing.
But we ain't telling nobody about it.
I said, okay, watch this. So, watch this. Hold on. Watch this. When I was selling drugs, I was like, people was like, stop. I said I was gonna stop selling drugs. I tell this all the time. I'm gonna stop selling drugs. I was on a nice sin, old English, everything, and I was like, bro, I called everybody together. I said, listen, bro, we're gonna shut this thing down. I want to get my life right. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop it. We ain't gonna do this no more. And they was like, oh no, dude, you are our paycheck. We don't do this. So they start telling everybody, well, you know, bad for to stop, he ain't gonna do it no more, we're gonna shut down the operation. Had a crackhead lady come to me, baby, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you why you wanna stop. You the best one we done had over here. Your stuff good, everything good. You keep us safe. Ain't nobody getting killed, ain't nobody getting shot, ain't nobody dying, ain't no robbing. Everything good over here. You keep all your stuff straight, your traps good.
Said we smoke dope in peace.
You know,
Right here.
but she said, if I don't buy from you, I'm gonna buy from somebody else. I'd rather make you rich because you're doing good with your money. Oh, I wasn't good with money, but it's justified. So I'm rather good.
That was a lie because it justified what you was doing. See?
It justified it, didn't it? I ain't hurt. I'm not making nobody. I ain't pushing it on nobody. I don't sell it the keys. You know what I'm saying? Only people that get it are the people that want it.
We do that a lot.
So now, was that a sin?
But I'm just saying.
I just asked you a question.
Alcohol was legal.
But still, was it a sin?
We do be
So watch this.
Lord,
Watch this. You pastor, watch. I got a question. So can I open up a weed shop, a smoke shop in Colorado? Would y'all be okay with me doing that?
I mean, yeah, I'm
This is
cool.
I
marijuana.
sure would.
I'm cool with it.
Really?
I mean, I can't say everybody else because you know folks old school. Like I'm cool with it.
It's legal up
And then a lot of people medicinally need it.
Watch this.
But I know they tell it to everybody.
Watch this. I'm prior military, and you know, my wife will tell you that I suffer from PTSD. You know, some people that know me say, well, I suffer from PTSD, and they have legally allowed for veterans that suffer from PTSD to legally get medical marijuana. So if I start smoking weed, is that okay?
Yep.
You got PTSD.
Well, wait. I see where you're going. It's
In
not
moderation.
okay.
It's like alcohol. It's moderation.
I'm fine now. I ain't been smoking.
I mean, it's cool.
See,
It's just like
that's
everybody's
because
fine when
you-
they're not
I know
drinking.
when you went to
I mean,
the
we still
coffee
gonna
shop,
live without
it
drinking.
should
Just
be
like you
fine.
can live without.
But now I mean, I
I'm
got.
saying, I know
Right.
what you're saying. You
But
didn't
I'm
need
just
it.
saying, you don't need to drink either.
Your wife just said you need it. You heard from the voice.
I don't need it. I got
She
Jesus.
just
As long as I got King Jesus.
She just really fluid. She said you need it.
Uh-huh.
It's just gonna be natural.
That's what he wanted. He just wanted to be natural.
Y'all want to
She done had that
be like Nike, just hit it.
I don't know why I'm telling you I need to smoke.
But no, I won't. My thing is, I mean, it's wrong. I wouldn't.
Because I don't want my breath to stink. That's all.
Oh, Jesus.
You ain't gotta roll it, you know what I mean?
I don't want my
You
breath
can
to
just
stink.
eat it, right? You can
That's
eat
why I
it.
don't smoke.
It is wrong. Let me say this before we close
Hey,
out.
I ain't invite that conversation.
Edibles,
I know.
inhaling,
You can make chicken wings with it now, like, you know what I mean? That's
never
for
know.
real.
Just
state of being.
Okay, let me
But you
say
didn't
this.
have an excuse. You just
Wait.
said
Oh,
the
whoa,
other day.
whoa.
Wait, let me-
Watch this.
No.
Watch it. Very, go ahead.
Okay. It's funny. It's funny games, but I experienced that. It's been 2 years since I've been clean from marijuana, and I had the same mindset as I had
How old are you?
25.
That's what I'm saying.
I had to go to NADNs and everything.
I understand. I
I
know.
had to be in.
But I got a
all
question. You
that.
say anything, Mr. Pass the water.
I gotta eat it.
But,
From doctor.
yeah. You say anything that alter your state of being. Your state already altered though. You trying to even it back out. I was just saying, your state was already thrown out. You just trying to get it back.
Do you all see how y'all are justifying sin?
Hey,
This is the very beginning.
I'm
You want to say, well, God, I need it.
The Lord is still working on all of us, okay?
Okay,
That's why we here.
Sometimes you had that minor slip up. You know?
and I get it, but let's understand that it's wrong.
It's wrong. You wouldn't.
Okay.
I can't say it's wrong, but that's not my opinion.
He know you're not doing it to get.
To alter your state.
You're
You know what I
doing
mean?
it
Trying to get your state back right.
No, but he's saying trust in him.
That's
But
You
you
trusted in him and got the
you follow
weed.
the directions of your physician.
Okay, but once again, we're not supposed to consume it and let it change us. That's why I always talk about being drunken as being a sober mind. When you're high, you're not a sober mind.
You're not, and that's sober mind.
There's no way. There's no way you're a sober mind.
A drunk person always tells true. That's what my dad said.
Jesus. But you're not a sober mind. And a drunk person doesn't always tell the truth. A drunk person, listen, I don't care what your daddy or granddad, that's the other thing, we gotta go. I'm tired of y'all thinking just because your grandparents said something, you think it's right. Your mama, I don't care if your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, your great grandmama, because understand something, they were once like you, a sinner too. Okay? So they, watch this, just because they said it don't make it gospel. Only thing that makes it gospel is the word of God.
So I gotta
I'm gonna
ask.
ask the Lord.
I don't.
Read his word.
You're saying you're not supposed to take these things because it alters you. However, you have doctors that prescribe you blood pressure pills, diabetes
Yes.
pills. It alters you.
Alters
But
you.
you're supposed to trust the Lord.
Watch
So
this.
if you
I'm going to answer that question.
Uh-huh.
Altering your state of being, which means that it's you're doing it. You're purposely doing it because you want to alter your way of being, of dealing with it. Now, blood pressure pill is what? To level off and deal and make it where it's supposed to be because of what we already put into our system. And everything then within that has to be done in moderation. But here's the caveat. Here's the trick to it. Because, well, Pastor, then I'm getting marijuana prescribed to me to alter me. My son is on I drew a blank. Ritalin, because of the fact that he needs to level them off. But we also know the same thing can do worse to you. If you're doing it because I want to go ahead and get a prescription because I like the way it makes me feel and it makes me be able to level up and makes me able to do this. If you really want to do that, then you know what you can do? Then you can go ahead and get the oh man, I just forgot the male version of cannabis. What was it?
Milk version of cannabis.
The oil we were talking about. Huh? You forgot the name?
You said the milk version of cannabis?
Of the marijuana plant.
I know.
Hemp.
Yeah.
Hemp oil. Hemp will will level you off the same way without giving you that euphoric feeling.
Yeah. Ain't nobody
Now,
gonna go for that.
and it's legal.
They ain't gonna go for that.
Right, because they want that euphoric feeling. So if hemp oil will do the same thing, and it's all natural, and it won't give you that hotness and that euphoric feeling.
They don't want that.
I beg to differ because it still gives these. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. My daughter, she's on medical marijuana and hemp oil.
Medical marijuana and hemp.
Both prescribed.
Right. There's,
Because
but
of
there.
her seizures. Does that make me a bad parent or
No.
because she says if it alters you to be normal, you know what I'm saying, then it's wrong. But she says, Mom, this makes me feel good. I haven't had a seizure in almost a month. Does that make me bad?
Once
Make
again.
her
She hasn't had a seizure, which can do what? Kill her.
The next one they said it'll probably kill her.
Do you see the difference? Do you see? It all goes back to the heart, the intent of the heart.
I got you.
All right, let us we understand and pray.
The intent of the heart. So
Yep.
if you're doing it just
Anything
to
you do.
escape your problems is wrong. That's where you not gonna go?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. That's why it was a hindrance to me.
All right, let us stand. You can pray.
Because of how my heart was when I was doing it.
You were doing it for